Nord Stream pipeline. In this pipeline, the Russia is providing service or the energy through the gas to the European country. That is most crucial at the time of winter. Most of the European countries is depending on the Russian supply through the Nord Stream. But now the Russia reduced the supply approximately to 30%, 20% of the initial supply. So there is a type of energy crisis during this time in the European countries. So to prevent this crisis, energy crisis, they are discovered a sand battery. The sand battery would be a solution for the Europe energy crisis. So the sand battery can storage a significant extent of thermal energy and can aid clean energy solution. फिनलैंड ने सबसे पहला सैंड एनर्जी इंस्टॉल्ड किया है। आप लोगों को सबको पता होगा सैंड सबसे ज्यादा जल्दी गर्म होता है और सबसे जल्दी ठंडा भी होता है। So this property of the sand is used for transferring the energy to the European country at a major time. At the time of, like we can say, in a summer season, they will store the energy in the sand and they will design this structure. They are storing the sand at a temperature of 800 degrees Celsius to 1000 degrees Celsius. And after in the winter, this will supply to heat to the homes and to the major places in this location. जहाँ पे ये sand battery लगेंगी, उसके आसपास की location को it will provide the energy at the time of crisis. So this is the concept. हम देखेंगे कैसे काम करता है, क्या चीज है क्या about the sand battery. Sand battery is a high temperature thermal energy storage that uses sand or sand-like material storage medium. It store energy in sand as a heat form में. अगर हम लिथियम आयन बैटरी की बात करें या फिर एसिड लेड बैटरी की बात करें तो वहां पे एनर्जी किस फॉर्म में स्टोर होता है? केमिकल एनर्जी की फॉर्म में. बट हियर वी आर स्टोरिंग द एनर्जी इन द फॉर्म ऑफ हीट एनर्जी. We are heating the sand and storing the energy in the form of heat in the sand. We are heating the sand at 1000 degrees Celsius, and so it can retain for a longer time. Its main purpose is to work as a high power and a high capacity reservoir for excess wind and solar energy. It means जो excess energy बनती है solar energy से, wind energy से, उसको store करने के लिए as a equipment इसको use किया जाएगा. Sand will be used as a equipment to store the solar energy, excess solar energy as well as the excess wind energy. So it can be used as a renewable source of energy again. We are storing the renewable energy and we are again using it as a renewable energy for a crisis purpose. Means it can be a new game changer in a battery storage devices like a lithium ion को change हुआ, वैसे ही as a renewable energy form में it can be a game changer. But it's an initial stage. It's an initial stage. Maybe there will be the many drawback of it, but at the initial stage, it's a successful. In the first experiment, it's come to be successful. The sand battery helps to ambitiously upscale renewable production by ensuring there always a way to benefit from the clean energy. So इसके through we are always using the clean energy which are from the solar energy or even from the wind energy. So this is the method how they are using it. One is the electricity generated by the wind and the solar panels. जहाँ से हम renewable electricity generate करेंगे, जितना requirement होगा at a time. मान लो कि there is 30% requirement at that time to the city. This 30% requirement is directly transferred to the houses at that time. But the remaining 70% is stored into the sand battery, heating the battery at 600 to 1000 degrees Celsius. The sand will be heated at a temperature of 600 to 1000 degrees Celsius, and they are storing this sand into this sand battery house. इसमें store करके again the stored energy can be used during the winter months where solar energy is weaker. In the winter month, in the Finland, you can see the sun is shine till 2 p.m., 3 p.m. After that, there is no sun rays. So at that time, they can use this sand energy to provide the heat to the houses. So इसमें there is not only the sand, even some additional material they are adding it so that the sand cannot lose its heat. We are storing the sand at the 6 to 1000 degrees Celsius, so adding some material also which prevent the heat loss from this battery. So this is a concept, new concept. Maybe they can ask about it with reference to the sand battery. Consider the following statements. So sand may they can give some chemicals names. They also they can give, or they can link the sand battery with the sandbox के नाम से एक scheme आया था. The sandbox to prevent against the crime against the woman. तो sandbox related कुछ schemes आया था. They can mix it with them now. अच्छा, country में sand कहाँ से आएगी? ऐसा पूछ रहे हैं. तो दे कैन इंपोर्ट लाइक कुछ लोकेशंस पे होगा कुछ ना कुछ अवेलेबिलिटी लाइक जो कंस्ट्रक्शंस के लिए हम लोग यूज करते हैं तो कंस्ट्रक्शन तो वहां पे भी है. दे कैन इंपोर्ट इट इफ दे आर discovering a new method for it, they can import it. Now, how it can address the European energy crisis? तो कैसे ये act as a solution for the European energy crisis? Russia is a supplier to the European Union. It's everybody know that Russia is the major supplier of the energy to the European Union. Country in the northern hemisphere rely on a central heating system in the winter with natural gas as the most common heating fuel. जो रशिया उनको एक्सपोर्ट करते थे, that's the major fuel which were provided to the European Union. But they are decreasing right now. All the supply is cut by the Russia due to the Russian-Ukraine war, and the European countries are supporting to the Ukraine. That's why all the supply is cut by the Russia, and then the small supply is remaining only. The sale of to prevent all these things, the sale of the renewable energy pumps are increasing in the European Union. जो change हो सकते हैं for the keep the heat in the houses, they are using that. But they are also focusing on the wood pellets, accompanying this simultaneously, as well as the controversial alternatives. Controversial alternative means जो pollutions करते हैं, they are not a good source of the energy, not a good source of the renewable energy. They are looking at it. But after the discovery of this sand battery, they can avoid the controversial alternatives as well as reduce the dependence on the Russia for the winter time. So this is the major idea how this can be used. What is the mechanism behind the sand battery, how we are heating the temperature, and how the energy can be stored in the sand battery through the solar energy as well as the wind energy. The sand battery can prove be the right step in the right directions. Everybody know where the sun sets around 3 p.m. So it's a basic things. कि winter के time पे there is a highest consumption of energy in the European Union. So at that time they need the more energy to prevent from the winter. So they are discovering this new methods. आवश्यकता आविष्कार की जननी है. It's like a quote. There is a need, so there is an invention.